Welcome to Film Pickle, and this is one of my series that I'm doing now, which is a bunch of quick movie reviews. And the movie I'm reviewing today is by far the most disturbing piece of film I have ever seen. The matter is that this movie, despite being absolutely the most disturbing piece of film I've ever seen, is technically, in all aspects, a brilliant piece of filmmaking. I am sorry to call it so, but it is art. The music, the cinematography, the script, the story, the performances, everything is so fucking brilliant, and it is coming from a first-time director, which was almost impossible to believe. Let me break it down one by one. Alright. This film has a lot of hate, and I do agree with a lot of points of it that it should not be shown to everybody. It's banned in many countries. But yeah, it is a movie that I wouldn't show to my daughter, at least, or to my son or anybody young that I care about. At least till they are post 21 and at a level where they can understand that life is made of chaos and shit does happen. Let's come back to the movie and get out of the moral issues and get back to the craft of filmmaking. This movie, in terms of script, is brilliant. Everything adds up, everything builds up. A movie like a Serbian Film or a Clockwork Orange, which are disturbing for disturbing sake in a way, I don't know where I would categorize them, but they are brilliant films. This is acting. Every performance in this movie is brilliant. I couldn't believe that it's a first-time director making this movie. Every performance, every character, every part being played is for real. You can feel their emotions, you can connect with these characters, you think they are real people. At a point in the movie, every character has been played by someone who eventually you will think, is that character in real life? It is that believable. Nothing seems out of place. Everybody is it. Everybody is the character they are playing. Coming to the cinematography. When you're touching a subject which has so much nudity in it and so much gross gore, killing and things which you just cannot digest, it's very easy to go wrong. It's very easy to get into a mode where you're just plain trashy or just plain gore. But no, this film does not do that. It carries the tone of the film, of the scene, in every scene. The minute the camera shifts out into life story, you feel, okay, this is a nice moment, this is a family scene. The minute it shifts back to the gory segments, you know what is happening. Even the kind of sets and art direction they have used to build up the scenes, you feel that the director in the movie, the character, is making something that is way beyond just ordinary porn. The movie is about a porn film being made, but you see the kind of look and feel he carries into the film. You know something is going wrong, you know something is not going to happen the way it has been planned. It has that sense of ominous being about it, and that brings us to the music. I think this movie would not have been even half as incredibly disturbing as it is without the music. The music carries the tone of the entire film. I think even right now, after 48 hours of having watched the movie, the music is still at the back of my mind, ringing non-stop. I can't get it out of my head. The music has literally been the language of the movie. I only understand English. I don't understand Serbian or whatever language it was in. But the music said everything. I could watch it on absolute mute, as per the dialogues are concerned, and still get the entire movie just by the music. It carries it through. That brings us to makeup and special effects. At absolutely no point during the movie can you say that it's fake in terms of the makeup and the special effects and whatever, even the gore they have shown. It is so incredibly real, it's disturbing, and that is why it is so disturbing. The places where they have cut the movie, the editing has been so brilliant that it all falls in and you feel the scene. And none of the parts are just for fun. You know, when I was watching the movie, I wondered what a few scenes were here and there. You know, I thought, okay, maybe it's going wrong, but then towards the end, everything, every loose thread, every little scene that you've seen all over the film starts tying back in, and it is genius. And then comes to the point that makes this film absolutely heart-wrenching. As in, after it has crushed your heart and destroyed it, it still goes ahead and twists it apart and tears it apart, is the final climax of the movie. The climax is what I would call a coup de grace in filmmaking. It is that one twist. Going above all of this, you realize that this movie is not just about the gore or the porn or what happens in the movie. It actually is sort of social satire. All of the events happening in the film are actually showing what governments are doing to its people. The villains always dressed as cops. The heads of the villains always dressed in suits. So you realize it's corporates and the governments together fucking over the common man and his life to a point where there is no redemption. And I haven't seen such a dark satire of the modern way of life ever in my life. This movie is absolutely disturbing. I don't suggest you watch it unless you have the capability to take gore. I know people who have watched this movie and not slept for weeks. I don't suggest you do watch this if you can't take it. But if you do watch it for all the points that I mentioned, and I think you might be able to digest it. I would give this movie a 7 out of 10 in terms of filmmaking. Just cutting 3 stars purely because, of the points I mentioned before, that it does not tie in into something positive. A few things here and there are a bit off, and it's just too much gore for a sane mind to handle. And that is it, but I would still say it is a film that, I don't know, maybe one time in your life you might just watch and maybe should. I'm open with that. So that is it. I am Pushkar Shirke, and that was my review of a Serbian film. See you around.